right, we're going to build it, we're going to fix it. And this is Prescott True Value. They'll be coming on every month with something else to help us do it ourselves. Tom Toth, great to have you on, owner of Prescott True Value.
Thank you. Great to
Our
be here.
favorite place. I have to say, I spend a lot of my money there.
I know you do. I see your husband almost every day. In fact, I do see your husband every day.
I know, several times a day, because he doesn't make a list. He just goes every time.
Yes, he does.
So,
Correct.
do it yourself. Certainly, you know, we're the do it yourself people. We just really do. But this is, you specialize in this. I mean, you make it possible for people to do it yourself stuff.
You know, we do. We have a great staff. We have a great store.
Yeah.
I'm not bragging because it's my store, but it's my partner's my store. But it's a good place to go if you need tips on how to do anything, whether it's plumbing, painting, or doing handyman stuff. We're there for you. And what we're going to talk about today is interior painting. And one of the biggest things I think about is when people think about improving their home, painting is the easiest thing in the world to do. You can create value by just applying paint. But there's some differences.
It changes the whole atmosphere, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It changes the atmosphere. The difference is that you have to know how to do it right.
Yes.
And what we're here to talk about is choosing the right color.
Okay.
And at Prescott True Value, we have the right color palettes. So you can pick any color palette you want there. Or you can get, if you're doing a room and you want to have different colors and accent walls, you can look at this palette here and it has some different things on it. Or this one here,
and that
where
is
the colors
the most
are great.
difficult thing, because look at these. I mean, they're so cool. Like you said, if you want to have a bedspread in the room, even something like that, this gives you a color palette, not just like one color, but it's like, well, what goes with that? What's going to look neat?
Right.
And it gives you a picture of like a room or something that looks really cool. And then you kind of know where to go. You can pick something you relate to. I love these things.
Yeah,
Did you know
they are.
Trivia, blue's hard. It's hard, and sometimes you'll look at the chip and it's hard to imagine the color. So your guys over there, your people over there are wonderful in terms of helping with that too.
I have a gal named Mickey that is amazing over there. And she actually can get a color to whatever you want it to be. And that's what we specialize in, is taking care of what our customers need.
Because you want to be able to have the paint on the wall that looked like the chip that you wanted, and it turns out it's like, oh yeah, that's
well, you want to have an experience, right?
Our set behind us, this is what we did, Tom, at your place.
Okay, I'm not going to go with that, but that's all right.
Hey, Mick did this, and he was mixing his own colors.
No, it's cool. Everybody has their own flair, right?
Okay, so we got to get a
little
color,
bit of painting here.
And then what?
Let's talk about the prep, first of all.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think about cleaning walls, especially if it's in a bathroom or it's in a kitchen, bedrooms, things where dirty fingers are, and you just don't want to go in there and paint over it. So what you need to do is get some TSP. You put about a half a cup into 2 gallons of water, and you need to scrub the walls down. That way it cleans the walls. It gives you good adhesion for your next paint.
Gets oil, grease, dust, anything on there that might make the paint not work well.
And what it doesn't do is it doesn't leave a residue. So if you're trying to use a soap or a different type of cleaner, that's going to leave a residue that your paint won't adhere to.
Nice.
So you don't want to have that.
Okay, wash your walls.
The other thing people don't think about a lot is masking tape. There's a lot of different masking tapes out there, and frog tape's one of the best, I think, because what it doesn't do is it doesn't allow the paint to bleed through. So when you're masking around your windows or you're masking around your door jambs, whatever it is, this stuff right here will keep that paint from bleeding, so when you peel it off, you have a clean edge.
You don't realize how very important that is. I tell you, I've got to redo the front of my house because I didn't have good tape and the paint bled under, and then I'd put the blue on and then it would bleed under, and then I had to put white back on, it would bleed on the blue. It was horrible. So that's really, really important to get the right tape.
At the end, it saves you time and money.
Absolutely.
If you want to buy the cheap masking tape, the Scotch tape that's white usually, then go ahead. But you're going to be
don't do it. You're going to be in a mess like I was. Right. And caulking, you have like caulking.
Well, we have spackling. We have this is one thing I like. This is one-time spackling. If you have small holes that are easy to fill, like a nail hole, a picture hanger, whatever it is, this is a lightweight spackling that you can put on, and it'll immediately dry pretty quickly, so you can paint right over it. The Drydex right here actually turns a different color, so it goes on red and it turns into white. So you know when it's ready to paint.
And that is brilliant. You also know where you've done.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you forget.
And some of the other stuff people don't think about is the quality of what you're using for your brushes. Brushes are great. We have our own line called Master Painter, which is we actually manufacture ourselves. It's not me personally, but True Value does. it's a great thing. And a sash brush, I don't know if you know the difference between a sash brush and a regular paintbrush, but a sash brush is angled. So when you're cutting trim,
Makes all
it
the
makes
difference.
a huge difference because you get into the
Right.
corners, you can get the edges right,
Yeah.
and you're not doing a flat little spot like this.
Hold this. So see, okay, you see that right there? That makes a big, big difference. And I tell you, if you don't have a cutting, I call it a cutting brush. What did you call it?
It's called a sash brush.
A
but yeah.
sash brush. Then you can get your lines beautifully. Very important. And the quality of the brush, like you said, is so important. If you get a crappy brush, you go, oh, this is so much cheaper.
Well,
You
you're
can have
peeling
streak marks
out,
and
you know,
stuff.
your fibers out of the
Yeah.
walls when you're done painting. So
Yes.
this happens to be a pretty brush, which is great.
And they'll streak
But we also
instead of covering
have our
it.
own line of Master Painter. That's a very good quality brush. As you can see, I mean, there's really
Yeah.
probably not too much difference there.
Nice.
But they're
Every
good
whit.
stuff.
So important.
The other thing about painting is, you know, rollers and frames and stuff like that. People want to get the cheapest thing they can do and put it on the wall. But when you have a quality roller cover, something like this right here, which is our premium line, this is not going to leave that fuzz. Have you ever painted and you have that fuzz leaving on your wall?
Yeah,
And
or
your
again, it's
phenolic
not covering
core-
correctly, you know.
Right. And the roller cover itself, or the roller frame itself, is important too, because you want to have one that's going to stick on there. And you want to have one that's going to be nice and easy to use.
It's going to roll smoothly.
So you got to think about that stuff. And our
Beautiful.
paint, our Easier Care paint
Da-da-da.
is rated very highly up there. I think it's number 2 or number 3 in the rankings. It's a little bit below Behr and other stuff, but it's a very high quality, great paint. And we're actually in the process of doing some different things with that, but it's going to be,
And
you know,
again,
think about it.
get good paint, because I tell you, that
Yes.
makes all the difference in the world. If you've got good paint, you can do 1 coat instead of 3.
Yeah, and you want it to last forever, right?
Beautiful. And if you have any questions on this, get into Prescott True Value, and they will help you out because they are so helpful and they know about all this stuff.
Thank you. We
Tom
try.
Toth, thanks for joining us. Prescott
for
True
having me.
Value, one of my favorite places. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be back. Join us.